Now it is time for Hyundai. Give me the headlines. Woo, been in the printing press all night long here. All night. Here we go. Roaring again, scoring again. Yes, that will be the Lions-Bears headline, 52-21. We're going to get better at these headlines. I feel like we can be a little funnier. Roaring again, scoring again.
Pete's in my ear saying it's all about the delivery.
It's all about the delivery. Yeah, it's all right. Pete's awesome at headlines, right? This is not one of his better ones right here, okay? But either way, it holds true. It holds true. I mean, damn, the Lions looked like a totally different team today. I mean, last week, they got their butts whooped. Today, being 0-1 at home, the juice in the stadium, I think Ben Johnson coming to town, they can say what they want. I'm sure that group, they're chippy.
No
they
doubt.
were sick of hearing that crap. I think Dan Campbell, with that and being 0-1, he gave the team the little urgency and we got to win this game. It's important. We're going to win this game. They have the type of guys on the team that can handle that from their head coach. Man, they were on fire today. It was a fun game at first because Caleb Williams and the Bears were kind of making some plays, and it looked like we were going to have a little bit of a shootout, but ultimately they couldn't keep up with the Lions and all their horsepower.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I think Dan Campbell did a good job motivating his team and all of that, but it reminded me a little bit of my playing days of the head coach comes in, he starts talking all this, and you're like, we all know we're way better than this team, and I get it. You're making sure we go out and we play that way,
right.
But that's what the end result was. Like Chicago, like you just said, Caleb Williams looked a little bit better, did some things, I think, the way Ben Johnson wanted him to, but ultimately it just looked like Detroit was the better team from beginning to end. And again, I don't think that means the same thing maybe when these teams meet again later in the season. Like I think Chicago has some talent. They're going to be able to do some things. But right now, week 2, they're not there yet. So they got to continue to build. But again, Caleb Williams continues to do things in games where no matter when he messes up, you watch and you're like, holy shit. Like,
are you a little surprised how negative everybody is on him? Even after last week, he played well last week.
I think it has to do with everybody else in the draft class.
Yeah.
It has to do with just how well Jaden Daniels is playing. Bo Nix. Like,
Drake Mays.
I think it has to be that because if you watch him now in another second year, but he has a whole new, this is another guy with a whole new offensive coordinator. He makes outstanding plays sometimes. You're just trying to get him out of some of the bad things. It reminds me so much of Josh Allen. When Josh Allen was out there, he was making amazing plays, but you would look at the stat sheet like, well, damn, Josh threw 4 interceptions today too, though. That it's just a part of it. I think Caleb Williams, he's going to continue to work at it. I think the biggest thing now for Chicago is keep him with Ben Johnson.
Right.
Don't make a rash decision in 2 years or a year and a half from now. Let this thing play out. Let him have the same. In his rookie year,
improvement.
He had multiple coordinators in 1 year last year. That's just not the way to do it.
I think part of it is, and Pete said this in my ear, and I agree with him, it's some of the stories that have come out. There's some of the stories that paint him in a negative light, and which I would think is probably the old staff that got fired, and they're bitter and all of that, and you're hearing some of the negative there. And then, he's a little different than maybe your most quarterbacks with how he dresses and acts and all of that. But, man, I think he's being way too dissected right now in every little thing he does. I mean, if he tilts his head, people are like, oh, he can't handle the pressure. And it's just like, well, oh, my gosh, he can't do anything. Lions were really impressive today, though. I mean, the Lions did whatever they wanted on the offensive side of the ball. I know John Morton had to feel good about that.
Yeah.
I mean, the OC, everybody questioned him. It was a statement, I feel like, from their coaching staff today to be like, hey, we're going to be fine. Screw you all, you media people and all that there. 5 touchdowns by Jared Goff. I mean, throwing the ball down the field, 23 of 28. And when we saw the big plays from Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, all of that, Jahmyr Gibbs is the most – he's up there as being the most explosive running back in the game. I mean, I don't know. Nobody looks faster than him and Saquon to me when they get out in space. That was great. Having said all that, too, let me just, it was 14-7. The Bears are driving. DeAndre Swift fumbles, right? I believe they go down and score and make it 21-7. The next drive is the drive where the Bears decide to run the quarterback sneaks on their own side of the field on 3rd and 4th down, and they don't get it. Though they were fortunate there because the Lions missed the field goal. But Yeah, still the Bears
the
working
momentum
some
of
things
it.
out.
Yeah.
The momentum of it, and them being a young team, getting used to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson made his mistakes last week. You know, the team, they're coming along. But I'm with you in that Caleb Williams makes me say, wow.
Yeah.
This team does not have the talent the Lions have, like you talked about. The Lions were phenomenal. We saw the D-line. We saw Aiden Hutchinson pop a little bit today.
He got
they
some
were
pressure
around the ball
Yep.
a lot. I don't care what the stats say there. Lions, big win for them. Way to go. 511 yards of offense when Ben Johnson comes back into town. Yeah, they can sleep
So
good
does
tonight.
that mean that Packers defense is just maybe like that's the biggest takeaway from this after watching the Packers defense play against Washington? Maybe it wasn't as much about Detroit and their coordinators of, man, the Packers defense might really just be legit when we talk about how much they struggled in week 1.
I think that the Packers, just to my eye, have looked like the best team in football. I mean, that's what I would say.
They look
Their
damn
defense is big and fast, and I love their offense. Their old school offense. We didn't even mean to go here, but we're just going to hit it real quick. I mean, they're old school. They want to run the ball, and when they drop back, they're like, we're going for 30. We're going for 20.
Who wants it?
It's old school. It's like my dad's era. This is how it was. They didn't throw it 45 times a game. They were like, we're going to throw it 25. We're going to be 17 to 25 for 305.
Yeah.
Every throw we throw is going to be a 25-yard completion, right? And that's where I like watching them as an old school quarterback type of guy. But I think, yeah, your point there is right, for sure. All right, that one, put it in the books. You know, we're selling that headline right there for $20
There we
on
go.
the streets, all right?
There we go.
All right, the next one, we got the Ravens defeating the Browns 41-7. Be more block party.
You ever been to a Be More block party?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
Nope. No. I filmed my first rap video tonight, though. Yeah, people are going to see that on TikTok later today.
Next thing you know, they got to put our faces on the block, like on the wire or something.
Oh, yeah,
down in
right.
Baltimore.
Something like that.
That'll fit
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
you
No,
know?
I mean, I've been to Baltimore a few times, but I've never been to a Be More block party.
There we go.
No, but we saw Baltimore today. What do you want to say?
And I'm just saying, the block party came from Baltimore. It was like, in the game, not much was happening. They block a punt. Felt like that really got them going.
Definitely.
Ended up throwing a touchdown after that. And next thing you know, it was like off to the races. Now let's treat the Browns like the Browns.
Yeah.
And they pulled away and beat them. But early in the game, I mean, it was.
That Browns defense a pain.
And they were playing tough. Like, there was no Derrick Henry really in this game. You
Not
didn't
at
hear much.
all.
And we were both, like, you said it, but I was thinking about the same thing. Like, is there a Grant Delpit and Derrick Henry meet up somewhere in this
Right,
game?
right.
And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, just couldn't get anything going with Henry on the ground.
The Ravens got down there a few times and had to settle for field goals. That's what we saw. We were like, damn, I mean, they could have scored. We felt like they could have been up 21-0 early on, or at least 21-3. But that damn Cleveland defense kept them out of the end zone. You know, it's pick your poison with the Ravens. It's pick your poison. This is why he's arguably the best quarterback in football right now. Just because of what first off, he does not miss throws. That's where I want everybody to understand about Lamar Jackson right now. Like where the guy that everybody said should just be a running back. He's a running back. He's just a running back playing quarterback. I mean, really, I used to have people say that to me all the time, and I'd be like, "What are you talking about?" But he doesn't miss throws.
Yeah, that's
he really
a good
does
point.
it.
Well, we don't sit here and
You
like,
don't
he was
Lamar
open.
missed a bunch
Yeah.
today. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And let me just say this too: it ain't dink and dunk either. They're kind of old school, like we were just talking about with Jordan Love. When they drop back, it's like they're looking for Zay Flowers or somebody 25, 30 yards down the football field. They're explosive that way. And it looks like the defense got back on track. I mean, they had to be a pissed off football team today. I'm still amazed. Again, the Browns do have some talent, and they have moments where, in the little parts of their team, you like it. The backbreaker was the Joe Flacco interception. I'm not sure exactly what the score was there at that point, but the game was like still competitive.
Needed. Yeah.
Right? I mean, I think we were at 13-3. I think it was 13-3. Joe Flacco scrambles out to the right side and just goes, I'm going to throw it. And there's two guys there. And Nate Wiggins gets it, returns it down to, the 4-yard line, 5-yard line? Should have scored. 4-2 went to forever there at the end of that run, all right? But either way, they get in the end zone 20-3, and that kind of felt like checkmate there, right? And that was the Be More block party right there that I'll never be a part of probably, but I'm down to come. Let me come. I can party. You don't even know what you're messing with.
You can get invited to the cookout.
I think I could. Right. I mean, I usually Yeah, the cookout. It's a barbecue. Come on.
No, Casey's. Maria said Casey's house is a barbecue. The Be More block party, that's a cookout.
That's a cookout. Okay,
yeah.
That's a cookout.
A little electric slide, that's a true cookout.
That's a true cookout?
Yeah,
all right, good.
Invite you to that.
Good. Please enlighten us, all right? All right? We're stuck in white world sometimes. We don't know these things all the time, all right? So please help us out there. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed that. That was my best stuff right there. That was Hyundai, Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. Yo, homies, it's time to watch some games. That's right. We're on to the NFL season here with Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, Sunday night recaps after every game, and much, much more.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, homies. Remember, subscribe. Peace out.